Welcome back to the channel. Today we've got the 2024 X6M competition, the F96 chassis. This is the Life Cycle Impulse, or LCI, or BMW speak for refreshed X6M. It's the first one we got. So obviously 24 production began quite some time ago. So I guess the benefit of having this one show up so late is now we have iDrive 8.5, although it's the M version. We'll talk about the differences between that and regular 8.5 once we get inside the vehicle. So this is an Isle of Man green, a new color for the X5 and X6Ms. Now for 24, the regular X5M and X6M are gone. So it's competition only, just like you would get on the M8. So that's the only choice you have, competition. Either an X5M or X6M guys. So obviously lots to talk about with a refreshed front fascia. So headlights are obviously different. So gone are the laser lights. We have the headlights that come from the standard X5 or X6, whatever the case may be. So they're LEDs. So you have your revised running lights. And these are shadowline lights. You also have the cornering light right there. We have X6M badging up front, so it's very large. Horizontal kidney grills as well, so that's the newish look for the M specific models. So thinking M3, M4, etc. And the M Performance models get vertical kidney grills. So you have the Driving Assistance Professional package. Again, this shows up no matter what you order, but this one does have it. Much more aggressive looking front fascia than before. This sort of outline with the high gloss black, and again the grille is not high gloss black, it's basically matte black, so a slightly different color than the rest of the bumper, and it sort of reminds me of the Lexus spindle grille, although not quite exactly the same. It's sort of reminiscent of that, at least in my eye. So moving over to the side, we have the Style 809M wheels. X6M badging up there on the side breather gill. Michelin Pilot Sport 4S tires and the red M compound brake calipers. You see in there, I can't quite see if this is actually real, but it looks like not. We'll take a step back in and take in very in-your-face color on the X6M. So new colors, I think they also include Frozen Pure Gray and maybe of course, Brooklyn Gray. And maybe Skyscraper Gray on the X6M. I can't remember all the newish colors. Again, first appeared on the M3 and M4, the G80 and G82, as well as the G83 chassis. And also on the M8 now, but very bold green. Then out back, looks like maybe slightly revised tail lights. X6M badging in gloss black, and your faux diffuser. The 100mm exhaust tips as well. I just saw this. This is quite the large reflector on the back there for the X6M. Here's your 3/4 view. Here's another view of the side profile out of direct sunlight at this moment in time. So let's hop in and go over pricing and other details, including iDrive 8.5. That grill's matte black. All right, so opening up, we have the Silverstone full merino leather. And you could have gone crazy and gone with Secure Orange for the watermelon effect, but I think that would be too bold. I think this is a pretty classy combination with Isle of Man green. Of course, you could also go safe with black, or go with the green and tan society, get either, I think it's Tarumo brown or maybe Tartufo. Can't remember which one's available. I think it's Tarumo. So X6M badging in the head restraint. I think really comfortable seats, well quilted. Very nice details on them. And your controls for your seat, so lumbar support as well as side bolster adjustment, and then automatic crumb catcher, or pallet I should say. Okay, so in front of me, your standard M steering wheel. So I do like the new steering wheel that is showing up on other vehicles. Stitching here for the M colors on the steering wheel. M badging, of course, and no heated steering wheel button here. That's in the iDrive controller now, which means the iDrive system. M1 and M2 buttons in red. iDrive 8.5 in front of me. Now, this looks a lot like 8 because there are some differences between the M version and the standard version you get on, say, like an X6. Heads-up display in front of me. And this looks the same as before. The only difference being down here is your climate controls mimic the 8.5. There is no quick select feature on the M version of 8.5. So you hit the climate menu. This is what you get just like in 8.5. I know it's a little bit glary here. So I'm pulling that off. Maybe that will help. A little ASMR for you. So I think a much more intuitive sense. This is the auto setting. You can turn auto off. And you got your fan speeds here and where the air is blowing. You see up at you and then down below. But pretty easy to understand. And auto your high. And the auto setting, you have your fan speeds on either side. So here's the driver's side, and of course on the other side for the passenger. But that's the main difference for this, what I can tell with the 8.5 on the M vehicles. Otherwise, this interface looks essentially the same. The apps look essentially the same as well. I think it's the case with 8.5 anyway. But that's the only sort of major change in the M version of 8.5 at a first glance. So we got the carbon fiber interior trim. We have our M badging here, just like you have on the X7. And then with the exec package, you get heated and cooled cup holders. And our M gear selector, embossed M emblem, and then our stitching as well. So I think really good looking. All right, so let's go over the pricing. So starting price of the 2024 X6M competition is $127,200. Isle of Man green is included. Silverstone full leather adds another $3,500. Driving Assistance Pro package for $1,700. You'll note the price difference between this and the one on the regular X5 and X6. This does not have the highway assistant on it. Exec package for another $3,100. Now this is weird to me because I think it used to be the calipers choices were no cost. This one's saying $650 for the red calipers. And all told, MSRP of $137,145. So obviously I think this is a pretty big increase in the price of the X6M. But I guess the really question is it actually worth it? All right, so let's take a look at the back seat. Pop the hood as well as go into the trunk. All right, so open up. Here's your Silverstone full leather in the back seat. There are M straights on the seat belt. All right, so here's the view from the back seat with our moonroof shade open. I'll note that there are evidence of the LV Sky Lounge. I don't think that was on the pre-LCI version, if I recall correctly. If I don't, drop it in the comments. And back seat, we have another 2 zones for climate control in the back. Then we have USB charging on the back of each seat. Nothing in the bottom down there. But I think knee room and leg room is really, really good. And then surprisingly, I don't think headroom's that bad given what you're getting yourself into in the Sport Activity Coupe. All right, so you can also use the kick to open feature. So go to the back here. And voila! So cargo area I think is pretty decent. Of course, compromised in comparison to the X5. And because we have performance non-run flat tires, now you have the spare tire, space saver spare. And it looks like they are Hankooks, or it is a Hankook, not they are, not plural. All right, we'll make our way towards the hood and talk about what's underneath the bonnet. All right, underneath the bonnet is the S68 V8 4.4 liter twin turbo engine. Same horsepower and torque as before. So it's the 617 horsepower and 553 pound-feet of torque, or torques. It's our engine cover, some distinguishing red characteristics there, indicating a V8. I see some purple wiring right there, which usually is indicative of a mild hybrid system. All right, we'll pause here and take in the X6M competition. And a very lovely Isle of Man green. And we'll see you at the next video.